This is not financial advice, not legal advice, for entertainment, educational purposes only. And anything I say is my opinion. Please don't make any financial decision based on anything I say in these videos. Listen, double check you're still subscribed to the channel. Double check your notifications are on. Double check if you hit that like button is working properly, because they are working overtime to attack the channel. Guys, listen. What they're doing to MULN is really next level. I haven't seen this level of manipulation in my life. And the thing is, I knew they were naked shorting MULN. Everybody knows that they naked shorted into the ground every single day. But I wasn't really looking at how outrageous the numbers were. And I thought 46 million in the dog pool was absolutely crazy because the float is only 15 million. Then I look at Friday's numbers, and Friday's numbers were worse than Thursday's numbers, okay? Friday's numbers were worse than Thursday's numbers. So the SEC, the DOJ, the FBI, FINRA, DTCC, all have to be aware of what's going on with MULN. It is pure fraud and manipulation right there in broad daylight. They can't say that they can't see it. How can a company have a float of 15 million, yet 85 million was traded in one day? 85 million, like 6x the float of MULN was traded in one day, and the SEC, the DOJ, the FBI are silent to the obvious fraud and corruption. This is absolutely crazy. I hope the attorneys are paying attention to this, because all of this is going to end up in a lawsuit against the naked shorters, against DTCC, against FINRA, and the SEC, because they are responsible for protecting the market. And because they're not doing their job, these criminals just do what they want, when they want, with no repercussions. This is absolutely crazy. Do you think they could trade 6x the float of Apple in one day? Do you think they could trade 6x the float of Meta or Google or any company that the 1%ers are long at in one day? The FBI and the DOJ would be rounding up criminals. People would be indicted. People would be in handcuffs. But because MULN is majority owned by retail investors, pension funds, and institutions that follow the rules, these criminals do what they want. And from now on, I'm going to be doing an MULN video every single day now, because I'm going to keep y'all abreast of these outrageous numbers. How do you trade 6x the float of a company? And the SEC don't see a problem with that. The DOJ don't see a problem with that. The FBI don't see a problem with that. FINRA doesn't see a problem with that. DTCC doesn't see a problem with that. I am so sick and tired of the fraud and corruption in the United States stock market, okay? These 1%ers can do what they want, whenever they want, as long as they rob retail investors, pension funds, and institutions that follow the rules. They're not allowed to rob other 1%ers because the long arm of the law will step in. But the long arm of the law does not step in when they're robbing retail investors, pension funds, and institutions that follow the rules. Anyway, leave some comments. Do you think 6x of the float of a company being traded in one day should spark some type of investigation? Anyway, have a great day. God bless, and I appreciate y'all on this journey with me.